once the FMEA is created, this is what the form sheet is going to look like. For each of the 7 components in the architecture, there is going to be one line item. Intentionally, the UI is kept as minimalist as possible, so you would see only the component names. Each of these components correspond to each of these components here in the architecture diagram, which is the same as the components over here. Now we're going to take a look at the first component over here, which is determine driver requested driving curvature. Here we selected 3 keywords. The first one was no not plus driver determine plus determine driver requested curvature. The failure mode that is identified is no not determine driver requested curvature. Grammatically, it doesn't make sense, so we can modify this to is not determine driver requested curvature. And then again, second one was more. We can modify this to determines very high driver curvature. And then here, because it's the same thing, determines very low driver curvature. So now that we have these 3 failure modes, we can click on this driver, and then we can go into individual effects. So we've seen that there is what SLIKWORKS now doing is it's combining each of the failure mode with an effect, and we know there are 2 effects, so it's spitting out 2 rows, and then it's predicting a cause, and then it's also predicting what appropriate safety mechanism is applicable for this failure mode. It's doing a keyword match. It's trying to compare the safety mechanism, the description of the safety mechanism, and the failure mode to see which of the safety mechanism best solves the failure mode. Now, I've intentionally made the template of the functional FMEA very small. I've only added a few things. We have the component, we have the failure mode, we have the effect, the cause, and the safety mechanism. And this is an additional component for violated safety requirements, where this will be linked in future to a requirements management database, and then you can just click it, identify a list of requirements, select which requirements are violated. So now all of this is done automatically so far, right? So it's identified the failure mode. We just had to do some modifications to the failure mode. There's effects, there's cause, there's mechanisms, all of this is identified by itself. Now we can see if all of this even makes sense. So for the failure mode, does not determine driver requested curvature. So we have a situation wherein we need to continuously monitor the driver requested curvature, whether it's driving a straight line and a curve, what is the angle that the driver is requesting. If this does not happen, there is a possibility that the actual vehicle is doing something different from what the driver is requesting. So this could lead to unintended vehicle yaw. So here, the cause, you could say software logic error causing loss of nation, and then we want to see what is the appropriate safety mechanism here. We've chosen one mechanism, which is to multiply the driver requested road curvature calculation. So in this case, if we are not able to calculate it, we should determine this and in this case we have to disable stability control. Now, for now, the recommended action item is NA, and we're going to store this, and it's automatically stored, so there's no need to press store button, and then we'll change this from in progress to in review. Now, if we want to add another cause, we just need to click on this add cause, and then it asks what is the effect that we want to add this to. So we could say it's unintended yaw, and then the cause description, I'm just going to say new cause. Click on new cause, and then it shows up under this. So now for this, we still have the option to identify what needs to be done. So we could again say the safety mechanism is, let's say, SM1. We can also add what is the status. Let's say no recommended actions. And then there you go, it's automatically saved. And then here we could say the status, we can change it from in progress to in review. Now, similarly, if we want to add another failure mode, something that is not already available over here, we can click on this add failure mode, and then we can say new failure mode, add. So this gets updated, and then right now, by default, it just combines the new failure mode with the existing effects. There's no causes, and all that needs to be done is all of this needs to be modified. So here we could say, it's a new cause. Let's say for whatever reason we don't think this SM1 is the right safety mechanism. We want to add a new safety mechanism. It's very simple. We go here, we click on add safety mechanism, new safety mechanism. Add this, click on this, and just uncheck this and just make a new safety mechanism. It automatically gets stored. You can set it to review, no recommended action. One of the real cool features we have is the filtering ability, which just does dynamic filtering, just to make it very, very easy for the user. So you could filter based on status and say everything in review, and it just automatically pops up. You could also filter it based on comments, with comments, without comments. So if I say with comments, oh, sorry, actually this we not filled up with comments. We could also filter based on recommended actions, where we say recommended actions is any, then this shows up. The comments feature here is something that is used for review purposes. So, for example, if this one is complete and we want to send it for review, the reviewer can go here and just write down accepted, add comment, and there's a thread that can be added to this. So there is complete traceability between what the reviewer and what the doer of the work product has. Comment. And then there is also the ability to go and say, show me everything with comments, and just show the ones with comments, so you know what to work on. So this in a nutshell is how an FMEA, a functional FMEA, can be done using SLIKWORKS.